Jack Smith Evidence Summary, Volume 3. This one's 536 pages. Here we go. All right, we got more sealed. Like I think the Judge Chuckin was singing, a man decides after 70 years. Oh, crazy. All right, page 34. We got a court transcript citing Trump versus Hobbs. And, sealed. Judge! This is actually in the evidence. Highlighting a section, the night when the president called, I tried to encourage him as a friend. As your best friends in life want you to die, right? Many quotes from the Mike Pence book. I could tell he was spoiling for a fight. And I talked this over with Mother. Why did my friend want to kill me? Oh yes, he wanted power. He wanted to hold on to the White House. Mother, please hold me. Sorry, I'll go back. Anyway, we know all this. Mike Pence did do the constitutional thing and refused to accede to Donald Trump's request. And more sealed. Mainly these are news articles. Public information is already available, but it is entered into evidence. Our man Bowers is back! A press release from Georgia Secretary of State Brad Raffensperger pointing out that the AGC's conclusion in today's story that Georgia's election system is particularly vulnerable to cyber attack is based on false information. And as we established in Volume 1, Trump perpetuated this rumor, and the AJC, the Atlanta Journal-Constitution, just lapped it up, didn't they? Working hand in hand with partisan activists to undermine the credibility of our election. AJC, that's not very journalistic, is it? So whoever works in the DOJ doesn't know how to print shit off. I could help you guys out, man. Establishing in this appendix that there are a lot of false claims, that it's all absolute bullshit. Very clear evidence showing that there was great care in Antrim County. Misinformation campaign. Yes, we knew this. All right, I know a lot of this is sealed, so I presume that the sealed stuff shows testimony from the key players in relation to all of these news articles. Jack Smith evokes Wisconsin. Various press releases from the Wisconsin's Election Commission. Aha! New stuff. An unclassified FBI interview. And the date of this audio file is January 4th, 2021. All right, this is actually his remarks at a Georgia U.S. Senate event. The FBI has obviously been monitoring Donald Trump's bullshit. Kelly Loeffler on record into evidence that she will object to the Electoral College votes. Kelly Loeffler is no longer a senator, of course. You remember she was convicted of insider trading during COVID-19? Raphael Warnock now has her fucking seat. Also entered into evidence, Donald Trump's remarks that there is, quote, indisputable evidence documenting this rampant fraud, which will be announced on Wednesday, as you know. There was no such fraud, and this also buttresses Jack Smith's claim. To reiterate, Donald Trump and his team had this plan to suggest that there was fraud to make the coup more palatable to his fucking MAGA call. Insurrection, baby, based off of counterfactual. We have another rally transcript here. I mean, in a way, this was very easy for Jack Smith. Trump just runs unchecked with his mouth, and you just wait for him to say the fucking bullshit, then you can enter into evidence. Trump's mouth is a fucking all-you-can-eat buffet, isn't it? Just wait for the motherfucker to hit that one fucking subject and then boom, put it into evidence. All right, I'm going to skip over this rally stuff. I mean, we know what he fucking says. And now we've got more mysterious sealed stuff. Lots of sealed stuff. Wow. Trump's call with the Secretary of State. January 2nd, 2021. Let's take a look. We have at least 2 or 3, anywhere from 250 to 300,000 ballots that were dropped mysteriously into the rolls. Yeah, that Fulton County bullshit. And here he is, citing the very numbers that were calculated that were featured in Volume 1. Almost as if he masterminded some election interference by threatening various secretaries of state. So here we have somebody jumping in saying, hey, look, these bullshit claims are at odds with the representation from the Secretary of State's office. The Secretary of State assuring Donald Trump that the 200,000 number that you'd mentioned is bullshit, which we know. You know we won the state. Given that the Orange Menace's memory is that of a gnat, you know he had to practice citing those numbers, or maybe he had a slip of paper in front of him. Trump clearly being accusatory. Where were the poll watchers? There were no poll watchers there. That was bullshit. Trump being told on January 2nd, before the fucking insurrection, I will tell you, I've seen the tape, the full tape, we've watched it, what we saw and what we've confirmed to the timing is that they make everybody leave. We have sworn affidavits saying that. They counted. Our estimate is that there were roughly 18,000 ballots. The Secretary of State's office saying, look, Trump, we did our fucking job, and he refuses to listen. 4 days before the fucking insurrection. The Secretary of State saying, if you have additional records, we've been asking for that, but you haven't shared any of that with us. Yeah, you know, all that evidence he claimed that he was going to introduce but never had. Because, of course, we all know he was full of fucking shit. Mr. President, the problem you have with social media, people can say anything. This telephone transcript is airtight. Secretary of State's office totally covered their ass, and Trump is fucking fried here. Now, you notice that in an earlier volume, Jack Smith established all this as personal business. So that means Trump is on the hook. He doesn't get immunity here. Man, this is a long motherfucking conversation. And look, kudos to the fucking Secretary of State. I mean, this is an extremely thorough, fact-based response trying to tell a maniac that he's completely fucking wrong. Some back and forth here. Where is the fucking evidence that you have, Trump? And we got more fucking sealed. I want to know! Michigan GOP leaders saying that Biden won the goddamn vote. More sealed. More support showing how all of the various Secretary of States and the election departments in various states have been basically saying, we did our fucking job, and Trump is absolutely full of shit. I can only presume that there are some additional enticing transcripts here, and we won't know about it for a while. Sealed! You see, Wisconsin, their order for a recount. A statement of canvass. American elections are very safe and secure. Jack Smith dropping the numbers here. And the certificates. There's even a privileged and confidential memo included. This again is Wisconsin pointing out, using legal arguments, using facts, that the election was safe. I mean, I feel for the poor bastard having to outline this in the simplistic possible terms because they know that nobody in the Trump team is going to actually understand this. They're too busy with counterfactuals and conspiracy theories. Lots that is sealed. Jesus. And this evidence needs to be included just to show that all of the states were doing their job, which is largely what this appendix is, showing the due diligence from all of the election departments in the various states, showing that Trump had transparent and often detailed communications indicating that they were doing their job. And that's really the only public info on this particular appendix because there's just a lot of sealed shit. But all of the states that Trump took umbrage with are included here. Oh, wait, what's this? No, it's just the more sealed. I'm at 499 now. And that's it. I'm at 536. Stay tuned for Volume 4, the final volume of the Jack Smith evidence.